All right. So, police are searching for two men after a 19-year-old female was stabbed to death and her twin sister was wounded early Sunday morning at a deli in Brooklyn. Investigators say a man made unwanted advances at the sisters inside the deli on 4th and St. Mark's Place in Park Slope. Brooklyn is giving it up.
When haven't they not given?
No, ain't no fucking shout out to Brooklyn. Them niggas is doing crazy shit in fucking Brooklyn.
It ain't all of Brooklyn. Brooklyn is gentrified.
Well, this is Park Slope. This is a whole
they still
fucking...
give it up. You're bugging out.
All right, fine.
When they refused, the man fatally stabbed the 19-year-old Samiya Spain in the chest. Her surviving twin sister was also stabbed in the arm. That's really crazy, yo. Two young girls going to the store. Somebody trying to holler at them. They ain't going for it. What they say? They ain't jacking it. That's what the kids would say, right? They ain't jacking it, and they one of them gets killed because of the guy didn't want the girl didn't want to talk to him. Like
I you know,
y'all
was on y'all demon time, but I blame society for raising weak ass punk ass men.
And single mothers too, by the way.
Yeah, well,
Thank you. Statistics show single mothers are the worst.
And I definitely blame men who can't pull out. Y'all always want to bring it back to single mothers. Single mothers can't single-handedly get themselves pregnant.
You're not going to come inside of me unless you have a condom on. What are you talking about?
Like
no.
You can
Put the hammer on. No.
And you should strap up. Strap it up. Wrap it up.
But you should know not to let
Everybody
something happen, do it.
No, but that's the point. Everybody
You not
isn't
looking?
responsible. You know why everybody isn't responsible? Everybody isn't responsible because, again, we always have what you come back to what? The single mothers. So there's a party that gets to kind of sometimes go away and fly free and go ahead and spread Johnny Appleseed and make more single families.
You chose the guy.
Y'all always want to go with the you chose the guy.
You
You
do.
chose the womb.
You let it in. You let it in.
You chose to let the
hold
chopper
on.
fly in the womb.
Look, it's like a whole process for y'all.
Oh my God, here we go.
So, right?
What's your process?
So
What is your process?
It's always want to switch it off.
No. We're not switching it off.
We are
I
switching
just
it
want
off.
to know.
The baby comes out of you, not us.
You're right, but no, it does
It does
actually
in the
come out of you.
beginning.
It's almost like the age-old adage, which came first, the chicken or the egg, right? Same thing. You couldn't talk about the baby comes out of us. No, the baby actually comes out of your penis first.
Do
it
I
has
wanna-
to form.
The
Right?
sister
Semen,
should
right?
say, do I want to have unprotected sex with this guy?
Do I want to have...
Stamp yourself up first. Confirm yourself first. Do I trust the situation?
So men just have no... Again, here we go back to it. So you have no responsibility.
We have
you
never
you be-
said
you be-
that.
you be- no, that's exactly
But
what you're
you
saying.
cannot complain after how things
Can't
turn out
complain.
after. You cannot.
But that's exactly what we're sitting here doing on our podcast, complaining about single women and how we systematically and single-handedly fuck up society. That's exactly what you're doing.
But other people that y'all choose.
Complaining. But
The
you're
people that y'all
complaining.
choose.
You're complaining
I'm not
about
complaining
what
nothing.
You absolutely are.
How?
You
This
just
is what
did
y'all
it.
do.
You just did. This is what y'all do. That's a complaint.
That's not a complaint.
It's a complaint.
It's a fact.
It's not a fact. It's
But
not a
I
fact.
mean,
It's
the
a complaint.
complaint came with a complaint. So this is like,
Anyway,
I'm not complaining
back to what I was
anything.
saying. Back
That's
to
what
the,
sisters
back
do.
to the story.
They have these
Back
kids,
to the
right? Let me tell you
story.
something,
Go
right?
ahead.
yeah,
People,
let's go.
We have
The
these.
si- hold
I
on,
love it. We
hold
have
on.
these kids. Go ahead.
hold on. The sisters love toxic men.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. The toxic men will get the young woman's best years. They get her best years, her best young, fresh years.
Mm-hmm.
The time she's supposed to be focused on her career or whatever it is, she'll dedicate and devote her time to a person that's toxic or a person that just came out of jail or a person that's a scammer or a person that's not conducive to success. So when things don't work out, then she complains. It didn't go good with the scammer.
It
He's
didn't go
broke
good with
now.
the
Guess
drug
what?
dealer.
She has a kid with a broke person now. He has no fundamentals or has no business on how to get money. Now she's stuck with a person that's broke. Now she's complaining, oh my God, I had a kid with this guy, he's broke. Or it'll be somebody that just came out of jail. Or he'll be a gang member, whatever it is. The person ain't got no longevity in life. They'll either die or go to jail. These are people that they choose.
Yeah, like
So hold on. We ain't
Yeah.
finished. These are people that they choose, and these people get their good years, their good, fresh, young years. They're 20 to 28 years, right? So now when it's over now that they had a baby or two, right?
Or 3.
Now she want to come and then now she has high standards now. How you have high standards over after 2 kids?
Wow.
It has to come down.
Okay.
Because
So kids diminish your standards.
yes,
Okay.
What about having proper pussy
it's
management?
a responsibility.
What?
Proper pussy management. Like, you should know what the fuck you gonna do. Like,
It's a responsibility.
Proper pussy management.
I got that from Charlamagne
I
the God.
love that. Proper pussy.
It's a
You
responsibility.
might need it.
Right. Because there you go. Like, you said you might need it, but then now, was that a thought just now? Like, maybe these women need proper pussy because they not giving no nigga no pussy that ain't giving them no money at these days.
Mm-hmm.
So why can't you tell them to put on a condom and don't come inside you or something of that nature?
He kissed me on my neck. He gave me a hickey.
I mean,
He finger popped me.
my question would be back to you. When do men start having PDM, proper dick management? When do you guys start to? Because here's the thing that grinds my gears, and I really don't want to do it. I feel like
Let's
on
do it.
podcast, do it. I feel like on podcast, we go around and round in circles about who's right, who's wrong, laying blame at the feet of black men, black women, right? And I think that accountability. I was talking with a friend of mine who was a guy before, and he made a really good point. He said black women have no problem with taking on responsibility, but you can't never have accountability. And that might be true. You know, I'm willing to kind of concede about the difference between responsibility because we do a great job bearing responsibility. We are kind of the poster child for suck it up, buttercup. We got to get shit done, whether we get it done right, wrong, or indifferently. We get shit done. We keep it moving, right? Do we always take accountabilities for our actions? No. And I think that goes back to what you were just talking about with the proper pussy management. So that could be accountability about who we give our box to, who we procreate with. However, here's what I do see that comes from men. And we talked about this on one of our shows before. Men can see everything that women do wrong, but yet you have no solution about what can you do to make it right. If single mothers, right, are effing up the black community, what do we as black men try to do to make sure that we are not we're not a part of being the toxic men that fucks up and takes our good fresh years? What are we doing about making sure that we are actively not creating families that we don't choose, that we're not have any plans on being there to make sure we're going to raise them in the household? What do you guys actively come up with to make sure that you are bettering yourselves so that you're not just living with her seasonal tax time till you get on your feet and get your shit together and then you go and you get it right with your standards? What do y'all do? Because
Well,
everything can't be us.
no, it can't. But it always go back to
Kid
you guys.
comes out of you.
It always go back to you. Not just the kids come back out of you.
You just brushed over. You're right. We have to do pussy proper management.
I didn't brush over it.
So do that.
I didn't brush over it.
Because you
'Cause that's-
women hold the world.
Because I'm going to tell you something.
right?
If that happens, and see, this is the problem that y'all don't really like to talk on, and I told you this before. Statistically, this is not what I think. This is what I know. You can challenge it because I know they always like to say we get a mic and where we get these facts from. Black women statistically do not date outside our race. So if we do start doing, in fact, proper pussy management, we are definitely going to dilute the pool because our pool is infinitely smaller when we talk about non-toxic black men, as you like to say, the ones who fuck up and take our years. If we take y'all out, right, what do we have? Because we don't have a big pool or big selection.
No, it ain't about
'Cause
taking
you know
us
why?
out. It's
a lot of
it's
y'all,
the type of men that you deal
don't
with.
want black women.
No, it's not even about that. It's what
Showtime.
what type of niggas is y'all dealing with? Like y'all
What you
want
mean?
you want
What do you
in the
mean?
in the 90s you
What do
want
you
in the
mean?
90s you wanted the rough neck nigga, and then in the 2000s you wanted the fucking big drug dealer bowling nigga. And then
They were the same.
And he's dead.
Nah, it's two different.
And he's in jail.
Right, dead and in jail, right?
Right,
But
the toxic gun.
right,
Okay.
and then the 2010s you wanted the scammer. Then now the 2020s you want the fucking what? The fucking Instagram nigga that look like he travel all the time.
I feel like you're talking to a demographic of
I'm
women,
talking.
though.
No, but,
you're not talking to black women as a whole, and I hate
no, but
that.
no. But
You're
it's,
not.
But it's also
You're not.
You are you doing the right thing and finding the right guy?
I
like
think
what,
that a lot of black women are, but now again.
So when did
we're
this nigga become ain't shit nigga? He waited till you got pregnant to become ain't shit, or he was already ain't shit and you just wasn't looking past it. You wasn't looking past it when
Could've been a little bit of both.
when he
It
was
could've been a
when he
little
was
bit of
selling
both.
drugs and you know he was doing the bullshit.
I would challenge you. It's the same way when you talk about the ain't shit women. When did you know that she was a shit? When did you know that your
After
baby
you
mother
have
was
the
going to
baby
give you
with him?
problems?
After you have the baby,
Right. So then, therefore,
But-
both parties, right? Because again, what I think in my 20s is not what I think about in my 30s. What I think about in my 30s, I don't think about in my 40s. So when you get people who are both like-minded, not in a place where they're able to build, able to kind of see the future, able to see that, you know what, maybe we aren't meant for each other.
right?
I think that goes both ways. I don't think that's just a woman thing or just a man thing. That goes to both.
Did you see the movie? It was a corny movie. Everybody called it. It was Shatek.
I heard, yeah, when the women, I didn't see the whole thing, but
Okay.
you know, it's my job to
What's
know
the
about
premise?
it. But when they were withholding,
They were with the whole. Everybody's killing each other in the city,
mm-hmm.
and all the women stopped fucking the niggas, and they had to only how if they're fucking with them is because you know you're not killing niggas no more.
Mm-hmm.
That whole movie went under the radar because it was showing black women being accountable.
Accountable for what though?
Like
No other
if I
culture
don't fuck
wants
this
y'all.
nigga, no, not that. Yo, if I ain't fucking this nigga and I'm not aiding to his masculinity or whatever that comes with it, it slows down a lot. Cause niggas is shooting whatever, it all trying to look good and robbing niggas, all for women.
Okay.
To look good in front of women.
Did
So
you
if
just hear
women
what-
stop, if they use proper pussy management, the world might be a better place.
So did you just hear what you said?
What I said?
You,
I didn't want nothing. I was
not
going
you,
for the
but I'm
movie.
just saying, right? Again, black women are the problem, and we're the solution too, because you literally said
Mm-hmm.
they stopped having sex
Uh-huh.
so that these men who are fighting, having turf wars over drugs, blocks, beef that relates to hustling and all types of other stuff, so they can stop fighting and then it can make the community better. So if I don't fuck you, you ain't gonna go in the streets and go kill your brother.
Right.
Again, where is the accountability for black men?
But like I was explaining to you,
no.
like I'm explaining to you, it all revolves around women.
So everything is for the women.
Remember when the lady was didn't her son have to kill somebody because she was in Chicago inside of the food place and they was arguing.
Oh, yes.
I never seen Shatek.
She called her son. No, but this is
we're
real
talking
life.
about in real life. Remember when the son came and she told her son to come get the gun and he came in and killed the guy that she was arguing with? Yeah.
Right.
You know, there are a lot of people, a lot of men who are incarcerated because of their woman. Her mouth, her actions, what she wore, what she told him to go do. I'm not going to say that isn't so.
Right.
That is true. But again, and this is directly for the brothers, you were talking about leadership and covering. I think that's the biggest issue in the black community. Who are our leaders?
Right.
Who like in any other era, historical era, there has always been historically a male powerful figure who has led the black community. Now, undoubtedly, does he get killed down by whom? His own black brothers, not the sisters.
Right.
Yes. However, this generation, we don't have a definitive, we don't have that.
because women won't allow it.
No.
I'm joking. All right, listen, we got super side.
Touch the ear. I can't stand y'all.
We got
But we
super
need
side.
it.
Hold on, we got super sidetrack.
Okay.
Right.
Can nothing keep me away from my children, not even a court order. That's just that.
They came out of you, of course not.
It came out of you too. Let you tell it.
I mean,
physically. I didn't carry. I ain't carrying.
Y'all had more time with them.
I
Yeah,
ain't
that
carrying
is
him.
true.
Y'all had more
ain't
time with
carrying.
them.
You know what it is? We form a bond with this person before we have ever even seen them. We feel the move. So there is that innate connection that as a mother that you just feel with your child. But the love of a father, especially one who's there, like both of you have been in your children's lives since they came out, your John, right? Moving, the baby's moving, you're going through, with sonograms. So there's that bond that's formed from the outside that's just as strong as the mother that's carrying the baby when you're there.
I mean, it's still a little,
When you're there,
it's
though.
still a little stranger danger too.
Is it?
Yeah, because what if you had a little rocky relationship with your fucking girlfriend?
What you mean by that?
Like, is this my motherfucking kid in this motherfucker? Like, you don't know until the fucking baby comes.
Okay.
And then
well,
it takes time for you to connect to the baby.
Does it? For
It
men?
does for men. Like,
What do you mean by that?
when the baby's first born, it's
Mhm.
like, oh shit. Like, but like, what the fuck is this? Like, that's just like, you know what I mean? Like, especially if they don't look like you in the beginning.
Damn. So if they look just like you, it makes it a little bit easier.
A little bit, like if they look like my mother or some shit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But
Mhm.
a lot of men. I had connections with all my kids, right? But a lot of men, because I was in relationships with them.
Right.
The guys that aren't in relationships, it takes a little bit more time to connect.
Which is why you should take more time to connect shooting up the club. Because
I mean,
you
if
want
you
that
allow
connection.
me to shoot up the club,
Here we
and
go with the allowing. Just
it's
'cause
allowing.
somebody
My
coulda-
body, my choice, right?
Yeah, well, that's what they say.
And then you have an opportunity.
To abort and don't want to abort because it's only your choice.
Your
Okay.
body, your choice,
What
right?
about guys who feel on the flip side who say, you know what? It's effed up because you do get to make the decision, your body, your choice. If I don't want you to get rid of it, and you go get rid of it, so it goes both. It goes both ways.
And,
There are some-
and the numbers of that is what? Very little.
Exactly, because it's like,
Minimum.
if that's the first option, and most of the time,
Ooh, so you're a
Mo-
pro-choice guy.
oh, super pro-choice.
Well, when Plan B came out recently, right? When that shit came out?
It's been out for some time though.
Yeah, I cannot stand y'all.
All right, so let's
Let's get back to the topic
it
at
just
hand.
all goes to structure. That's all.
right.
If you have no structure in your life, you'll never have structure in a relationship.
Well, I think we should talk on that, and I think that's where we both were getting at before when we talked about structure, and we just got into a power struggle. The structure of raising these little heathen-ass children that are now turning into heathen-ass adults. There is a high, and you guys ate me up in the comments, but I'm going to say it again, and I don't give a damn. I'm about to stand on business when I say this. There has been a extreme uptick in violence towards black women from black men, and it's sickening. It is horrible. This isn't the first incident we're seeing where rejection, where I don't want to deal with you, I don't want to talk to you, I don't want to give you my number, I don't think you're cute, I don't think you make enough money. Call it whatever you want, but whenever there seems to be rejection, it's like the ego is so frail for men. And I was saying this in our post. Statistically, there are more women than men. Why do y'all get so hung up when she don't want you? Why y'all get so hung up when she don't want to be bothered with you? That's crazy. That you're willing to kill?
when the
Not
new,
us.
when the new when the new book and the news data comes out, you will see that no other culture will deal with the sisters. And I'm gonna tell you why. The sisters claim that they're the most race loyal. They have no choice but to be the most race loyal. You know why? Because other cultures have standards and morals than the black culture, right? So the black
You agree
man
with-
will
you think that?
I know that. The black man will always want to mess with the sister first. But after a while and waking up, sometimes you might be like, you know what? Maybe the sister's not for me. And you have to ask yourself, are the sisters ever happy? Do they ever look happy? Do they ever act happy? Then you ask yourself, other coaches, do they look happy? Do they seem happy? Do they act happy? Another culture, she could be a housekeeper or have a lesser job than a black woman. A black woman could be a CEO or whatever business she's allegedly running, right?
Why is it allegedly?
Because there's always some fake name that they have,
Got
right?
you.
And they will always have an attitude.
Lash company.
But another culture will have a less job and get paid less and still be happy with life. Why are the sisters never happy? Why are they never happy? Like, all jokes aside.
There's no reason to kill them.
No, I'm not. I'm not gonna.
I promise you, I'm wondering where is he going with this? But I'm trying to listen because I don't want to seem angry.
I'm gonna, and this is what it is, right? Let's just say, all right, boom, right? The sisters hated Kevin Samuels when he was alive, right? Right?
Indeed. Say it.
Right? No, they hated when he was alive, right? And when he died, they was even more grateful, which is cool. You can be entitled to your own opinion. What has changed since he died?
Nothing.
When he talked about the sisters, nothing has changed. They still single. They still running rapid. They still twerking. They still doing all these wild type of things. They're transforming their own sons with their own behavior. So now accountability falls on who?
The women, the sisters, of course.
This, like I said, all jokes aside, the sisters is never happy. That's a fact. And no other culture wants to deal with the sisters. None. Travis Kelce had that black sister and wrapped her up. And the black sister is more thicker than Taylor Swift.
But her pocket wasn't.
Her pocket wasn't. She brought something to the table. Let's ask ourselves, they always want to talk about what the man brings to the table. What do the sisters bring to the table besides financials?
That's the table.
Do they bring a peace of mind, which is key? No, they don't. Are they supportive? No, they're not. They'll act like they support you and you get into an alleged argument and they'll thrash you. They talk about your deepest secrets. Why did I ever open up to the sister if I know she's going to turn around and use it against me? Time to make a switch. Now, I'm not colorblind. I see people for who they are, what they are. When I go on a resort, when I go on vacation, white people are up early in the morning to get a cabana, to get a pool table, whatever. The sisters is waking up 11, 12, 1 o'clock. They're late to that. It sounds minor, but what else are the sisters late to in life? They always late to the party. Oh, I'll treat my man good. After he came out of jail? Oh, I'll treat my man good. After he risked his life or sacrificed his life? Why you can't treat him good from day one? Maybe things will be different.
So is that why they out here killing the black sisters? Because that's what we was talking about.
No.
Okay.
Black men just started allegedly doing that as of
Allegedly.
recent. Little kids. That's new. Black men ain't going to... The black man's not going to kill a sister. Let's not do that.
He did it.
He was
allegedly.
19.
Oh, okay. So that made it
That's one
different.
person.
So what do you feel like made him think that this was the thing to do? Let me stab a woman. Let me stab a girl.
Because there's no... the brothers, in your voice, the brothers don't have a regard for the sisters.
Or maybe he has...
Because of all the issues that we bring to the table.
Right.
And so they're just so upset with us. And they're so, they can't control their feelings and their emotions because we set off this rage. Blah, the fuck, blah, blah, blah.
Ain't no blah.
It is blah.
The sisters
That's
the
blah.
sisters planted the seed for not showing love to the brothers. That's what it is. Of course, he's an idiot. He's retarded. Like,
Why
why
would you do
stabbing a girl? You're retarded. But it just goes to show as well. He's Diddy on a lower level. That kid is Diddy on a lower level, and I'm explaining to you why. That kid that stabbed her, is popped. Diddy is rich, so he can use other tactics. He don't necessarily have to kill you, but he can kill you mentally. Like, yo, listen, you know what? You're not gonna do this show. You're not gonna make this appearance. You're not gonna do none of that. nobody's gonna know who you are if you don't respect me or if you don't clap me. And the kid was like, yo, what? You want to try to talk to me? I'm gonna kill you then. But I don't have no money to, to convince you otherwise, so I have to do it physically. That kid is Diddy on the lower level.
Well, so the girls, the guys was making advances to the girls, right? So what you're saying kind of doesn't
make sense. Let me say
Right.
it for you.
Why
don't
doesn't it make sense?
Because let me tell you something.
From what we read, you can't tell Diddy no, right? I'm asking a question.
Yes.
You can't really tell him no, or what will happen to you.
He's gonna take that.
Besides the fact that he's gonna take it. If you don't agree with him, he will make sure something bad happens to you, right?
Right.
Okay. Now, if you didn't agree with this little kid, something bad happened to you, right?
Right. All right, let's go deeper into the situation, right? Like we could only
Speculate
what really happened or what was going through the mindset. Maybe and I don't want to be insensitive, right?
Exactly.
So this is very this is
a tragedy. This
Yes.
is a parent. I read the post that the mother made. And she was talking about the fact of how her daughter died and how they're bringing and how she had to see in the twin.
right.
This goes beyond just planting seeds where we don't love brothers. There is a deep, and if that's the case, then we are in more peril than we can even realize. I shouldn't be scared to walk past black men.
Right.
I should not fear going into a store and a group of black men are there, and because I tell you I don't want to give you my number or I don't want to talk to you, that my life could literally be taken from me because I tell you no. And that has nothing to do with your my nagging, my angriness, what I do or don't bring to the table. That has, and again, you don't want to. That has everything to do with the accountability of, I don't want to say all black men, but a man. Period. First of all, you got to be able to be rejected. You're gonna get 1,000 no's and maybe only 2 yeses in life when it comes to anything across the board. So to feel like I can't be safe when I'm with y'all, that's something. Because guess what? Now we are experiencing what the others feel when you come into the room and you're grabbing your bag. We ain't supposed to feel like that.
Now let's ask ourselves a real question.
Here this nigga go.
And it's not even about being insensitive. It's about let's be real with ourselves here. He tried to talk to her. How does she say no?
Yeah, what
We don't know.
That's
That's
the
the
thing.
speculation.
It's
Oh,
also
fuck out of here, nigga. SMD. There's nothing. She had to say something of that nature.
Don't say she had to. She could have.
well
She said, no, I'm good. What did I tell you? The sisters are never happy. She could, hold on.
Ooh.
A lot of people don't have communication skills.
Right.
This is true.
And I'm not saying that, I'm not ever justifying why this little kid stabbed her. Never. But there's a part of the story that's blank. He tried to talk to me. Nah, I'm good, yo. Word does not make sense.
it doesn't make any sense. That doesn't make any sense.
So there's some dialogue that's missing.
Right.
Okay.
And what do you think the dialogue is in the younger black generation?
You bum ass nigga, you broke ass nigga.
Keep
I don't wanna
going.
talk to you fucking dirty
Frank
nigga.
Stan,
Oh,
keep going.
Suck my dick, you bitch ass
Yeah.
nigga. All of that type of
Look at you,
verbiage.
look at you.
Yeah, all that type of
That
verbiage.
still does not ever call for him
never.
to
never.
do anything.
Never. But at the same time, these kids are raised by social media. They love this whole New York slang and like the disrespect. Oh, I'm smoking on your dead man. Oh, you want to talk to me? You need to talk to the nigga that killed your fucking homeboy. Like shit like that
Yes.
is very
It's the wave.
right.
And so even when you bring that
Hold
into
on, and not saying this girl said that.
right,
This
we
is
don't
just
know because it's again speculating.
speculation.
But
Yeah.
I do agree with you that maybe perhaps the way that she said no could have triggered him. But even that, it's no justification. I don't give a fuck if she told him suck your mama's dick.
And then my thing is, after he did that, the whole store didn't try to kill him.
No. Because
30 people that
you know why?
You stab a girl. Nigga, what you doing? This should have
You know
stomped
what?
his face in.
You know what? That part doesn't surprise me because if you want to go back to the Diddy, how many men knew that he was doing that to Cassie, and how many other women? Black men do not hold other black men accountable when it comes to fuck shit. Point blank. Period.
I don't totally agree with that.
It's the truth.
But then you saying black men? Those are little boys.
They're still black men.
Yeah, but they're not men.
Okay.
Those are boys.
Boys who will be men. Yeah. Boys who will be men. Boys who grow up watching other black. How many times have you seen black men who will see something and be like, "Oh, that's crazy. That shit ain't my business." Like, how that's not your business, but it's okay for you to tell women what they need to do and handle their business. Black men, when it comes to checking other black men, they turn their eyes. They don't speak up when you should speak up. But as soon as it's something to do with a black woman and how she should move and what she should do, oh, y'all got all the time in the world for that. Y'all got all the rhetoric, all the speech, all the verbiage, all the look. Like,
I don't believe that. I believe that black men will check another black man about that. That's a lot of the reason why a lot of niggas get in trouble trying to hold down the girl. Like, that's one of the main reasons niggas getting killed. Because
where?
When
killed, like what?
When they're protecting the woman. When a girl, I'm gonna call my brother, I'm gonna call my cousin, I'm gonna call my homeboy. I'm just saying in general.
I get what you're saying in the means when you're coming to be the protector. I'm talking about when it comes to issues where it's prevalent.
Okay.
Being deadbeats. Hanging around people you know is deadbeats. When it comes to selling drugs in neighborhoods, you don't speak up on that. When it comes to making sure that, like you said, they didn't jump him like, yo, why you acting like that? Because you see the video afterwards, they're all going crazy and they're like, oh, nobody is outraged. Nobody is saying, yo, what the fuck is you doing? They ain't trying to fight him. They're not holding him down. They let him ran away.
Wowed him up.
That's kids, though.
No, that's not kids. That's not kids.
No. Stabbing a girl?
No.
Even hitting a girl.
Definitely not. But I'm just saying, though, that mind frame, like, once they may have seen that in blood, it's like, oh, shit. You got to remember, that kid mentality comes back. They probably all fucking ran. Like, oh, shit.
Okay, all right, you're right.
Like, they don't know how to be.
I'll take the kids out. I'll give you another instance.
Okay.
When Fabulous allegedly was knocked out Emily B's teeth, there were no black men who went on record. No rappers, nobody talked about it. Everybody still did music with him. Everybody still did songs with him. Everybody still on his IG. Nobody spoke out and said, well, if this allegedly did happen, that's effed up.
But why are we saying this, right, if she didn't say it?
What you mean? Because it's still wrong.
But did she say it?
Because it was wrong.
But did she say it?
What you mean did she say it?
Did she say it out her mouth? This happened to me.
There was literally a video of him menacing her.
With a knife?
Yes.
But he ain't do nothing.
But wasn't her father there?
Y'all literally are making my point. Yeah,
I'm asking.
Yes, her father and her brother were there to protect her. The point I'm making is no black man of substance, prominence, celebrity, or fame spoke out saying that, yo, that was out of pocket.
Publicly.
Yes, publicly.
Okay.
Publicly.
So that seems to be the only thing that people... He didn't do that publicly.
But it was on a public tape.
Somebody recorded him. His daughter or somebody recorded him. It wasn't a public thing that happened.
And I don't think that was his daughter. That was her daughter.
Well, it's supposed to be his daughter.
Exactly.
Which is still even worse. You're doing it in front of y'all children. Somebody who you said was your daughter.
But family business is family business. And it was put out.
And we saw it. We saw it. And nobody said anything. So this is what I'm saying.
But we didn't see him
My point was, and still is, and this is why we're seeing this with young boys, because they're emulating and modeling. Black men do not like to check other black men when it comes to issues that they feel are not directly their business, but is harmful to our community.
Or they're seeing certain things, and I would do it, but I'm not doing it. I'm not bringing it back to the black woman. But it's a possibility.
Everything falls to the black woman.
Aren't they the first person that ever lived or created?
Right.
Oh,
but
everything comes from them, right?
Right. Exactly.
So everything comes from them that's allegedly good. Why can't the bad come from him either?
Exactly.
It
But
does.
besides
I'm
that,
not saying that, but listen,
But what if
I
he
am
lives-
not negating that we are not perfect by any means
what if he
necessary.
lives
We're
with
not.
a single black woman or a single woman, right?
Who does?
The boy that did this crime, right? And all he knows from being raised by his mother singly is that fuck this bitch, I stabbed this bitch or whatever. And maybe his mindset, fuck this bitch, I stabbed this bitch too. Because that's how my mom reacts.
I agree with that. Listen, let me tell you something.
Because only girl on girl shit. Like
As an educator, I see lots of ignorant mothers who tell their sons, I don't give a F. Whoever hits you, you hit them back. Knock that
Correct.
bitch head clean off. I've seen it all. So I'm never going to say to you that black women are perfect or that we aren't.
Hold on,
we
that's the what you just said that right there.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Is a real, and I know this for a fact because I have children and whatever.
Yeah.
But black mothers also tell their children to do shit like that.
Yes, absolutely.
When the last time you ever heard a black man say, yo, I ain't gonna lie to you, yo, she's a sweetheart?
What you said?
When the last time a black man ever said to another black man, I'm not gonna lie to you, that woman's a sweetheart?
I'm pretty sure that it happens on a regular.
No, because the
To
black
grandmothers.
sisters always want to act so masculine.
That's not true.
Yes,
I feel like
hold on.
God.
Yes,
The new
they do.
ones.
They want to be fake tough and they want to talk tough all day and night. How is a girl inviting you to the Frank stand? You see how you laughing? It's not even. I feel you're laughing, but it's not even funny.
No, I laugh because I see it on. I literally see
Yo,
it on the
SMD,
playground.
nigga, SMD.
No, I'm not
What?
talking about grown people. I'm saying I see it on the playground. So when we're talking about these kids, it's happening in third grade. There's SMD, or bruh, you're not a boy. Why are you? They're calling girls, yo, bruh. So we're seeing it, but again, we can go back and forth about who's right or who's wrong. How do we begin to fix this vicious cycle?
You know how we fix this cycle?
Yes, please tell me.
The sisters have to start putting their guard down, being receptive. Stop looking so mean all the time. Who want to talk to a mean person all the time? Before they even open their mouth, they look like they want to kill somebody. Nobody wants to do all of that. Now, if she's having personal problems, I understand her, but at the end of the day, what the white man told me, it doesn't matter. Move on, put a smile on your face. Because guess what? Life goes on. And no matter what you've been through before, you're not gonna be successful bringing what you've been through before into a new relationship or a new friendship. Your friend did you bad before. That doesn't mean this friend's gonna do the same. Everybody's different. You can't keep carrying that same burden. You can't.
So you said it begins with us being more friendly,
Welcoming.
welcoming. And vulnerable. Because ultimately, that's what it when someone is guarded, when someone walks around like they have a chip on their shoulder, like they got a point to prove, when that comes from trauma, that comes from pain, unresolved issues, and it's vulnerable. I don't want you to hurt me again. I don't want you to play me again. I don't want to feel like I'm stupid again. So that is the biggest thing with black women, showing vulnerable. Because in a lot of instances, vulnerability means weakness. I can't appear weak. I can't appear weak to my man because he gonna run over me and disrespect me. I can't appear weak to my kids because they gonna run over and do what they want. I can't appear weak on my job because they're gonna get rid of me. You see what I'm saying?
Do they
So a
do it
lot
anyway? When a woman
sometimes.
acts like, you know,
Yes,
I'm not doing
yeah,
that. I'm not.
Yeah.
All right.
Ultimately.
So now, if you put your guard down, and if he allegedly did that, he would have a bad conscience. Like, I ain't gonna lie to you, I shouldn't have did that, yo. Nah, she's mad nice, yo. But when a girl act tough, nigga be like, I'll do it again.
Right. She get what the
F
hand
her.
called
She
for.
deserved that. I don't care what. I don't care what happened to her.
All
So
right.
now, as we go full circle, it's unfortunate that sister died.
A young girl.
That young lady died.
She's a girl. She's 19.
Where
She's a
was
girl.
the pops at?
What you mean? They was at the store.
Yeah,
they were
I mean,
going to.
No, I'm saying when it was like I seen the mother cry and the mother speak. Where's the pops?
Don't get me started. Not the brothers. Not the brothers.
Is he on it? Is he? Does he have his Nike Tech and Pooh Shiesty? Is he about to drill?
Is he alive? Is he in jail?
We don't know.
Is he in another city?
Right, we don't know.
Or she don't know who he is?
Okay, you know what?
No, because I don't know who my pops is.
You don't?
No.
Oh.
Like I met him when I was a kid. One time he said he's gonna come get me, and I never seen him again.
At the end of the day, black people is always late to the party, right? So black people always marry late in their life. I marry late in my life, right? White people marry early. They do everything early. Get the credit up early. Get the business up early. Get the marriage, get the stability up early. Get the house up early. Black people do that shit in their late to early 40s. So we always 20 years, 15 years behind. All the time. All the time. Black people got to start giving each other the benefit of the doubt. Stop thinking everybody wants to kill you and hurt you. Put your guard down, relax for a second, chill, embrace the love. Embrace the love.
So how can we change the mindsets of these young fellows, these mindsets of these young girls to be more welcoming and to
Loving?
welcoming and loving, and then the brother to be more accepting of rejection?
I think what JC said, it goes back to like the standards of love. Like we have to get to a place where, and I feel you, I have this thing like, cause you know, I try to be welcoming now. And I think I was in the store today, I was in a pharmacy, and this lady was in front of me, a young black girl. I was standing behind her. I could see she had some cute faux lock dreads. And when she turned around, I smiled, and she was like, and I was like, hey girl, hey. And she was like, I was like, it's okay to say hi. Like we have to initiate, we have to be the change we want to see. So instead of, I could have took that as, you know what? She looking at me, let me mean mug her back. Sometimes you have to be the example because people literally don't have an example. Martin Luther King Jr. said you cannot fight hate with hate. Only love can diminish that. So we have to be love. We have to see love. We have to emulate love so that the younger generation see that it's okay. I remember when Lil Wayne used to be kissing on Baby and we were like, ugh. But the best thing now as an adult that I could ever see is when a pops loves on his son. That is the most beautiful sight there is to see. A grown man who puts his arm around his son and kisses him, and he's like, and it's not feminine, it is masculine, it is safe. We need to feel safe around one another. We can't continue to make each other feel as if we are our enemies. We got enough of that. Internally, externally. So it starts with love. We have to love one another.
There's like, there's this girl I know, right? Like every time we're about to record something, she'll always give me we'll always hug each other.
Right.
But for this particular day, it was hesitation. Don't get me wrong. I came late today. I apologize. But I'm like, wait, hold on. So since I came late, that means that I don't get a hug anymore?
That's crazy.
I'm talking about you. So I was like, so when I came in, I was like, what's going on? Everything good? She was like, yeah, everything's good. And I was like, got her. I knew it. She's tight. I was like, you sure? Yeah, I'm okay. I was like, so you know what? Yo, what's good, yo? I had to break the barrier, but that's because of me knowing of what it is already. But not everybody gonna be like that. but all just it sound corny, but it's little situations like that.
Yeah. He right though. He ain't lie.
Cause she was mad. She was here before me.
For an hour.
So all right. I promise you I did not come here on purpose late. I'm never like that. Right? But I knew that was really bothering her. This motherfucker, think he is, nigga come late, I'm here for hours, I knew I was going on her mind. So when I came in here, she still ain't embraced me like that. So now, what if I said, yo,
selective.
she acting funny, yo. What if I said, you know what? Yo, fuck Jada G with the T. I'm just saying, but you see how easy it could get?
Yeah.
But I'm like, nah, I know she's upset I came late, but I know she really ain't gonna like that. But the thing is, you still gotta show love no matter what.
That was a teachable moment right there.
You still gotta show love no matter what. Like, yo, all right, my bad. All right, yo, listen. You can't criticize something. If you can never get a blessing if you criticize something. You have to be like, you know what? I respect that. I appreciate that.
All right.
That's all you can do.
Can I have a hug, my brother?
Yo, what not? Like, come on, yo, like, why you gonna do me like that?
That
Y'all
was
like,
a good one.
I'm like, yo, and
Oh
I was like, yo,
goodness.
wow, like she gonna do me like that? That. Yo, that could have threw the whole app off.
It could have. And I apologize.
Like, yo.
Wholeheartedly. I'm sorry.
Or whatever your word. I ain't gonna let him out.
I was not even acting like that. Was I?
My man, you sat down. I was
already seated.
She's like this. She's like, I'm like, what's good? You like, hey. I was like, woo. It's cold in Alaska, yo. It's brick in Alaska. Let's warm it up.
Let's go to Arizona, shall we?
Like, come on, son.
No, but you know what though?
But
He makes a great point.
It's a natural
Yes.
reaction. Cause you start going, you know, it's so crazy. We all been through trauma, so some trash shit like that could start like, wait, what? I remember when this nigga came late. Oh, I remember he was supposed to pick up his kid and he came late. Oh, he was supposed to pick his kid and he never came. Nah, you know what? Fuck this nigga. And it could be it's like a spirit of saying, fuck this nigga. Fuck him, yo. That late shit could mean it could be a late spirit. Like, yo, you know what? Nah, yo, I remember this happened late. This happened late. My dot came late.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying, like, it could be mad. It could be
Everything's late.
everything late.
My check late.
Yeah, and it could trigger like, yo, you know what? I'm tired of this shit.
I'm tired of
I don't
shit.
want to hug anything that reflected me, that reminds me of something that was bad to me in our life. But like I said, we black, we've all been through some things, and we have to, unfortunately, sweep it under the rug. You can't fight fire with fire.
You can't fight hate with hate.
You can't. You could have. We could have been firing up earlier. You heard?
No.
But you can't. No, really, you can't do that
And
because we'll never get nowhere.
And energy transfer is so big. Like, I was just having this conversation last week with someone, and it was an issue. I'm not even gonna go into the whole thing, but literally, I found myself getting mad even though I wasn't mad. Like, I legit wasn't mad. I wasn't in a bad place. But because this certain person asked me for something and I started thinking about things that they did prior, I was like, how they gonna ask me for that? But I wasn't upset. So you have to be really big on controlling your emotions and channeling, because sometimes you will take on energy that you don't even feel, that you don't, just simply because you feel like you should be. Like, nah. I'm in a place right now, and I'm so serious. You know, we always talk about soft girl era and all that stuff, but I'm in a place where I don't want no smoke. I don't want no smoke if I can help it. I don't want no beef. I don't want no problems, because I just know that life is fleeting, and I choose to make all of my moments, if I can, joyous ones. We got enough problems that are going to come that we don't know when they're going to come and how we're going to solve them. So the moments that I intentionally have, I want them to be joyous occasions, and I just want that for our whole community. It hurts my heart because there's a young girl whose life was extinguished because she didn't want to talk to someone. And there's a mother who is childless, who has to now go on with life. In an ideal world, parents bury children. Children don't bury, children bury parents. Parents don't bury children. There's another mother who now is going to have to go visit her child, because he will get caught, behind bars, and cry for him because the life that she probably envisioned, that she knew, is gone as well. And it probably all could have been avoided. So I say that to say we have to teach our children conflict resolution. We do so much about what happens when somebody wrongs you. we don't teach our children what to do when things go wrong or how to avoid wrongness. We are so, like you said, we're so riled up to want to fight and want to, somebody, this what you do, this how you. Well, what do you do when you are rejected? What do you do when someone doesn't want to be bothered with you?
Right.
What do you do? Very simply, educator. You know how many times we got to deal with, because she don't want to be my friend. That starts at 8, but it carries on at 18 and 28 and 38. That I don't want to be your friend is real. So we have to start teaching conflict resolutions in our homes, even down to like the guy that I'm seeing. The best thing he said to me on our first date was, "How do you argue?" And I was like, "Huh?" He was like, "No, I need to know. How do you argue? Because I don't like to argue. So I want to know, like, if we get into an argument, how would you react?" And that shit blew my mind because it
black
was like,
man. Yeah, black man.
I
Real
ain't gonna
black
hold you.
man.
That what? And it blew my mind because it showed me that, okay, one, he wants to know how do we resolve conflict early on, and how will I be? So it forced me to look at me like, dang, well, how do I argue? That's the one thing I feel like, when you go to counseling with couples, a lot of times we don't know how to argue. Because when you argue with someone, your goal is to hurt your opponent verbally. But if I love you, I shouldn't be trying to hurt you. Do I want to convey my feelings? Absolutely. But should I be trying to hurt you with my words? No. So we need to learn how to have conflict resolutions and teach it in our households, from children to adults.
At an early age, because
Right.
the same method you use to try to hurt somebody when you're younger, you do the same thing when you're older.
Absolutely.
It's a big thing. Also, just going back to like how we parent our children to defend themselves in the streets, and how, like, I feel like, perfect example, a situation with my daughter in school, right? There is this little girl that she does not like, and the little girl obviously doesn't like her, and she tries to turn the other kids against her because of this. So in this instance, she allegedly tells the little boy to burp behind my daughter's ear, and my daughter didn't like that. She turned around and said something to the boy, and the boy said to her, "Oh, that's why your pants are dirty," right? To my daughter. And my daughter explained, "These pants are brand new. That's just how they look," right? And he's like, "Yeah, because you're a spoiled brat," right? You see where that comes from. You're a spoiled brat. And then she says to her, "It's not my fault that you're a brokey," right?
So this is what you see. Go ahead, though.
That's not.
Go ahead, though. No. Because that word sounds very familiar. But go ahead, though.
You're a brokey. And then the little girl, you see how people show themselves, because she told that little boy to do that. "Oh, everything is always about money with you." Right?
I'm not gonna
wait
say
for
that's interesting, but
right, but
I agree.
So then, when she was telling me that, and I'm like, it was a good comeback, but just got to be mindful with people that don't have or say things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was telling my wife about this situation, and then my wife is, she's like, and what else did you say?
Right.
And yeah, they just mad because blah 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 blah, and I'm like, Tatum is a very fortunate little girl to have the things that she have, and she don't want for nothing. So other little kids. So, but my wife is over there kind of like coaching her on things to say, because she asked. But I said, I don't think you should say, because that wouldn't come from an 11-year-old's mouth.
Mm-hmm.
So me and her had the back and forth. She could say whatever she would, but me being in a position of being known my whole life, or being the kid that had much, or being an adult that had a lot, I always felt like I needed to like be careful, because people hate you so much that they'll kill you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, Tatum could go to school tomorrow and have the same exchange, but now she uses these words that my wife gave her, or
To weaponize.
Mm-hmm. And the little kid don't know how to function after that, because
he slaps her.
He slaps her, or hit her with something, or the little girl. It's like, we have to teach our kids how to like bow out of certain shit too.
I asked my son recently. He wanted this chain, and it was something else, and I was like, what would you do if somebody told you, yo, run that, I want that? And he said, oh, Corey already asked me that. Now, Corey is my cousin, who's a guy he kind of looks up to, hood guy, but he always talks with my son because he always tells him, you are the future for our family. You are the one that's going to be the person in our family as a man who goes. And I love that for him. He said, oh, he told me the grave is full of people who were heroes. You don't need to be one. And I was like, yeah. So it goes to the fact of like, you have to be able to pour into children. I like what you were saying when you was telling your daughter, like, you know, about being fortunate. I get where your wife is coming from too, because we go into mommy mode. It's like, oh, well, you said this, now you go and tell them that, you know, because we're coming from the attack place. You're attacking my baby, so I'm attack you.
Right.
Moving from mommy mode to educator mode. One of the things that I really like about this generation and about school is they have a lot of what's called SEL, which is social emotional learning, where it talks a lot about feelings. How do we feel? Why do we feel this way? What is our level of feeling and understanding? I think this generation of children are more in tune with how they feel and how someone makes them feel than we have ever felt. Because, as you say, a lot of our feelings were pushed underneath the carpet, the whole sticks and stones and break your bones, words and never hurt you. Where we now know that the opposite is true. Yeah, physical wounds, they do hurt, but I can remember being teased in the 3rd grade, and I'm a long way from 3rd grade. So psychologically, children are able to see how things are hurting. And I think that that's so important that it carries over into the home life. We have to start having those social emotional learning experiences, not only in school, but at home. And I challenge parents, talk with your kids, because a lot of times they'll come home, they'll tell you the things like, how do you feel? We have this thing, fist to 5. So fist being 0, 5 being the best. How do you feel? We do a check-in. We do a selfie check-in every morning with our class. How are you feeling? Why you feel that way? So if you're 0, I might pull you to the side. Why are you feeling like a 0? Do you want to share? You don't want to share? Maybe we need to go talk outside. If you're 5, why are you 5? You know, like, you need to have those talks with your children and teach them that, one, everyone is not going to be your friend, and that's okay. There's this perception that children think everyone is my friend, and if you're not my friend, then there's something that's wrong with me or something that's wrong with you, when we know the reality of adults is everyone isn't your friend, and that's okay.
Right.
Social emotional learning is really something that I think should be a requirement for all parenting, because if we are doing the work to make sure that we are intentionally raising children who are empathetic, who are altruistic, who are sympathetic, I think that we will start seeing a different climate in our culture. But again, a lot of us, as my good co-host said, we're dealing with unresolved, unhealed trauma. And so literally when we're talking to our kids, coaching them, we're not coaching them from what's happening to them. We're coaching them from the standpoint of what happened to me in 3rd grade. Oh, you're not going to do what you ain't going to be calling her names. When really it's, you're not going to be calling me names.
Right. Okay. Well, New York City is really out of control.
Yeah. This would have never happened underneath Cuomo's watch.
This would have
Tacky, baby.
This would never happen if motherfucking Donald Trump was still in office. No, I'm joking.
Y'all go ahead and vote for him and go on the cotton plantation if you want to, but go ahead.
But nah, you know, New York City is really crazy. It's getting more dangerous. There's more crime than I think
than we've seen in like the last
like for a long
2
time.
decades. Because crime was
Now it was always like that. Just never, it was never filmed.
Nah, niggas is broke.
There was no social media.
Shit is going on. Niggas is broke. My homeboy talking about his car got broken into 2 times in the same week.
Yeah.
What did
and
you
then
say?
he kept my homeboy.
You said niggas is broke.
Niggas is broke.
What did your daughter say in school?
Niggas is.
Ladies and gentlemen, I rest my case.
Well, I mean,
Exactly. Exactly.
I mean, have you seen a broke nigga? Say a broke nigga.
See what I'm saying?
I'm joking.
If you see one, say it. See something,
Have you
say
seen something, pull
say
it out. No.
He broke. He a brokey.
She got it on TikTok or some shit like that.
Mm,
But
TikTok, Shatek, same thing. Mhm.
TikTok.
we're gonna have to talk about how dads raise their kids.
What do you mean?
Because I like to curse around my daughter crazy and it just tickles her to death.
Son, mothers do too.
Yeah, but mama ain't no curse. She approved.
Okay.
She done forgot how to curse and shit.
Again, remember what I was just talking about? That
Yin and yang?
that two-parent household, right?
Right.
You have different aspects, and sometimes that's needed. You need the parent that has a swear word after every other noun and verb, and you need the parent that never utters one at all.
Right, because I curse all day. But yeah, like, niggas is broke. And shit, a lot of shit is going on.
In New York.
In New
Shout
York.
out to New York.
Fuck New York at this point. The shit that's going on.
New York is
Y'all
bad
need to
business.
get y'all shit together, New York. Before I get the fuck out of here. 'Cause I don't
Oh,
got time to-
shoot.
I
I
don't
love
got
you
ti-
for threatening New York.
Nah, because I don't got time for that. Like, I don't need that, like, leaking, like, you know.
Oh, so you want
We
to go
have-
down? You want to go down to the states where they open carry and they shooting everybody all day? Okay, go ahead.
I mean.
Yeah, stand in line. Don't act stupid.
Exactly.
Be militant.
Everybody has a sense of awareness when it comes to that. Maybe I'm not going to do the road rage today. Maybe I'm not going to get on a Marta and fucking have my gun on me because, you know, everybody on
Everybody
this
got
train
this-
got this fucking gun on
Everybody
them.
got that
So
fire.
it puts everybody in line.
That's true. So they need to
No.
lessen gun laws. Is that what you're trying to say?
I ain't saying they need to lessen gun laws. I'm not saying nobody should even have no guns. Like, fuck that. Let the police have the guns and
No,
whatever.
I
they
don't want the
can be.
police to have the
No.
guns either. You see how that works
I
out?
mean,